My beloved child, I know it's been hard to see me lately. I know your eyes have scanned the silence, and your heart has searched for a sign. You've prayed, and waited, and wondered if I heard a single word. You've cried out quietly, and sometimes loudly, and then waited for an answer that didn't come in the way you expected. But today, let me lean in closer to your weary heart and whisper this truth that your soul so deeply needs to hear. I am closer than you think, closer than your next heartbeat, closer than the thoughts running through your mind, closer than the fears that visit you in the night. Even when you cannot feel me, I am there. Even when your prayers feel like they hit the ceiling, they reach my throne. Even when your steps feel uncertain, I am walking beside you, guiding you in ways your eyes cannot yet perceive. I know that sometimes it feels like I'm far away, like I've stepped back, like I've turned away or chosen silence. But child, I have never turned from you. My silence is not absence. My delay is not denial. My hiddenness is not rejection. There are mysteries in how I move, things you cannot yet see, but one day will understand. Right now, I am building something sacred in the unseen, a foundation you will soon stand on, a path that will soon be revealed, a door that will soon open, not just any door, but the right one. But before I show you what I've prepared with my hands, I want to show you what I'm doing in your heart, because you see, there is a deeper gift than answered prayer. It's unshakable trust. Trust that's not based on evidence but on relationship. Trust that doesn't need to see to believe. Trust that whispers God is good even when the world feels confusing. That is what I'm forming in you. I'm teaching you how to walk by faith, not by sight. How to lean into me, not into fear. How to hold my hand, even in the dark. And, child, you are learning so beautifully. Even if you don't feel strong, your faith is growing. Even if you feel tired, your roots are digging deeper. Even if you feel lost, your soul is being refined. That your tears are not wasted. They are watering something sacred. They are preparing you for the very things you've asked me for. Because I don't just want to give you blessings. I want to prepare you to carry them well. And preparation takes time. It takes pruning. It takes trust. You may feel like you're standing still, but I am advancing you spiritually in ways you cannot yet measure. And in this moment, right now, I am reaching for you again, not to scold you, not to remind you of what hasn't happened, but to simply say, I'm here. You are not alone. Trust me. I know you've been discouraged. I know the delay has tried to convince you that maybe you misheard me. Maybe I changed my mind. Maybe this is all a test without purpose. But hear me. I do not play with your heart. I am a God of purpose, of perfect timing, of holy strategy. I don't operate on your timeline because I operate outside of time. I see what you cannot. I protect you from what you don't know is coming. I prepare the right people, places, and provision before I bring you to the door. So if I've said not yet, it's not because I'm withholding love. It's because I'm preparing something better than you imagined. And because I'm preparing you to become the kind of person who can carry what's coming. You're not being punished. You're being positioned. You are still in my hands. You are still in my hands. You are still in my plan. You are still in my heart. I haven't forgotten what I promised. I haven't changed what I've spoken. And I haven't left your side, not even for a moment. So take a deep breath now. Let go of the fear that says it's too late. Let go of the voice that says you missed it. Let go of the lie that says you're alone, because I am here, closer than ever, closer than your next thought, closer than the air around you. Feel my presence. It may not come in a lightning bolt, it may not shout from the heavens, but if you quiet your soul, you will feel me in the stillness, in the peace that suddenly settles, in the warmth that fills your chest, in the whisper that reminds you you're not forgotten. That's me. I am not the God who loves from a distance. I am the God who draws near, especially to the broken-hearted, especially in the waiting, especially in the silence. So lean in, child, rest in me. This season will not last forever. This silence will not stay. This uncertainty will not define you, because I am moving closer than you know, faster than you think, deeper than you feel. You're going to look back on this and say, I didn't know how close God was, until He turned everything around. And when that day comes, your heart will not only be healed, it will be stronger, braver, and more anchored in me than ever before. So don't give up. I am closer than you think, and I am not done writing your story. Stay with me. The best is yet to come. Asterisk. My child, let's sit together now in this sacred stillness. I know how weary your soul has become from constantly wondering when your breakthrough will arrive, or how much longer you'll have to wait. I see the way you look for signs, for evidence, for clarity, but find only more questions. And so you whisper to yourself, maybe God forgot me. Maybe I'm too far behind. Maybe I missed His voice somehow. But I need you to know this truth deep in your soul. I have never left your side. Even when your hands are empty, I am filling your spirit. Even when your path feels invisible, I am lighting the next step. Even when you feel forgotten by everyone else, you are etched into the very center of my heart. You do not have to chase me. You do not have to earn my You do not have to perform to keep my attention, because I am already here. You've just been looking for me in the spectacular while I've been gently working in the quiet. You expected thunder and fire, but I've come as a whisper in the wind. You wanted the mountain to move instantly, but I'm teaching you how to climb with courage. You prayed for the storm to stop, but I'm training your heart to trust while it rains. This journey isn't about seeing everything clearly. It's about learning to trust me when you don't. Because trust is not built in moments of control. It is formed in the tension of surrender. And you, my child, are learning how to surrender. You're learning how to let go of the outcomes you can't control. You're learning how to stop forcing what isn't ready. You're learning how to wait not with panic, but with peace. I see the growth in you, even if you don't. I see how you come back to me again and again, even with tired faith. I see how you choose kindness, even when you're hurting. I see how you're trying to forgive, even when it still stings. That matters to me. Your hidden obedience, your silent faithfulness, your quiet yes when no one sees. These are the things I'm using to write your legacy, because I don't just use the mountaintop moments, I use the hidden ones. The overlooked days, the slow mornings, the evenings you cried yourself to sleep but still whispered, God, I trust you. That trust is building something in you that cannot be shaken. It's becoming your anchor, and anchors are what hold you steady when the waves rise. You may not see how close I am, because I'm not always revealed in the external. Sometimes, my nearness shows up as strength you didn't know you had. Sometimes it looks like peace that makes no sense. Sometimes it's the gentle reminder to keep going when everything in you wants to quit. That's me. That's me reminding you I'm in the unseen. I'm in the process, I'm in the pause, and I'm in the promise. You don't need to feel me to be with me. Think of a seed planted deep in the earth. It looks like nothing is happening. But underground, a miracle is taking place. Roots are forming, life is breaking through darkness, strength is being built. That's what I'm doing in you. You may feel buried right now, but you're not. You're being planted, and in due time, you will rise stronger, deeper, and more radiant than ever before. I am closer than your emotions tell you, closer than your logic understands, closer than your doubt can block out, because my presence is not dictated by your perception. It is constant. I am not a God who drifts in and out of your life. I am the God who makes his home within you, and I am doing a new thing even now. Do you not perceive it? It may not look like what you prayed for, but it will be exactly what your spirit needs. You thought I would bring change from the outside in, but I'm transforming you from the inside out. That's why you felt the discomfort lately. Not because I'm far, but because I'm stretching your faith. Not because I've withdrawn, but because I'm expanding your capacity. You asked me to use you. You asked me to make you strong. You asked me to lead you to purpose, and I heard you. But strength doesn't come through ease. It comes through endurance, through trust, through learning to walk forward without needing to know every detail. That's what you're doing now, and you're doing better than you think. So stop being so hard on yourself. Stop thinking you're behind. Stop assuming I've overlooked you. I've seen every act of surrender. I've counted every sleepless night. I've gathered every tear and turned it into preparation. There's nothing about your journey that I will waste. Every delay will lead to something divine. Every detour will reveal a new direction. Every heartbreak will deepen your compassion. I'm not being punished, you are being positioned for something greater. And though you don't see the full picture now, I promise you this. You will look back one day and thank me for the unseen season, because in that season you discovered your strength, your calling, your true identity, and most importantly, you discovered me not just as a provider but as a companion. So trust this process even when it's slow, even when it doesn't make sense, even when you feel like you're walking blind. You're not. You're walking with me, step by step, moment by moment, and I will not let you fall. My child, you've been walking through a season that demands more trust than you've ever had to give. You're learning how to keep believing when there's no proof. You're learning how to keep hoping when nothing looks hopeful. You're learning how to keep walking when you can't see the path. That's not weakness. That's growth. That's faith. That's what pleases my heart. Faith doesn't mean you always feel strong. Sometimes it means you take the next step with trembling hands and a questioning heart, but you still take it, and that moves heaven. I'm proud of you. Yes, even now. Even when you feel unsure. Even when you've had moments of doubt. Even when you've asked me hard questions. You are not disqualified because you've struggled. You are not failing just because you're tired. You are not behind simply because things haven't worked out yet. I see you trying. I see you fighting through the fog of fear. I see you choosing me again and again, even when it's hard, and I honor that. You may not hear applause, you may not get recognition, but heaven sees you. Heaven celebrates you. Because while others see the outside, I see your heart, and I know how hard you've been pressing forward. I know how much it's cost you to stay faithful. So let me reassure you of something unshakable today. You are exactly where you need to be, even if it feels slow, even if it feels uncertain, even if it feels like everyone else is further ahead. You are on my timeline, not theirs, not the world's. Mine. And my timing is perfect. You haven't missed your moment. You haven't fallen behind. You haven't messed up your future. Nothing and no one can steal what I've reserved for you. The open door is still ahead. The breakthrough is still unfolding. The healing is still being released, but first I'm doing something eternal in your heart. I'm shaping trust that doesn't depend on circumstances. I'm forming joy that isn't tied to outcomes. I'm creating endurance that won't be shaken by time. This is more than a delay, it's divine preparation. And I know it doesn't always feel divine. Sometimes it feels like confusion. Sometimes it feels like disappointment. Sometimes it feels like silence, but in that silence I am drawing you deeper. Deeper into trust. Deeper into intimacy. Deeper into the knowledge that I am with you not just as a distant ruler, but as a close companion. You don't have to figure everything out right now. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't even have to pretend you're okay when you're not. I didn't ask you to be perfect. I asked you to be present with me, present in the moment, present in the process. That's where I meet you, not in your future successes, but in your current surrender. Let me hold your heart in this space. Let me sit with you in this in-between. Let me wrap you in peace that passes understanding. You're not forgotten here. You're not stuck. You're not being punished. You are becoming stronger, becoming clearer, becoming clearer, becoming who I created you to be all along. Sometimes becoming looks like breaking first. Sometimes it looks like letting go of who you were in order to rise into who you're meant to be. Sometimes it looks like releasing your grip on what you thought life should be so I can give you something even better. You've been holding on tightly, to old expectations, to lines, to plans you thought would fulfill you. But child, open your hands. Let me take what was never meant to stay. Let me replace it with something eternal. I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm trying to heal you. I'm trying to free you. I'm trying to give you more than you even knew to ask for. I am closer than you think, and I am carrying more than you realize. The burdens you've been dragging, the ones that keep you up at night, the ones that fill your chest with anxiety, the ones you try to hide from others. You were never meant to carry them alone. I've been gently asking you to hand them over, not because I don't care about them, but because I do. I care about you. I care about the weight on your shoulders. I care about the ache in your heart. I care about the pressure you've been under. Let me help you. Let me be the strength you don't have. Let me be the wisdom you lack. Let me be the comfort you crave. I didn't call you to do life apart from me. I invited you into a life with me, and that kind of life looks different. It doesn't mean you won't face challenges, but it means you'll never face them alone. It doesn't mean every day will be easy, but it means I'll give you grace for each one. It doesn't mean pain won't come, but it means healing will always follow. This is not the end. This is not the limit. This is not the whole story. You're in the middle, and the middle can be messy, it can be confusing, it can be painful, but it is sacred, because this is where transformation happens. This is where transformation happens. This is where trust is built. This is where your roots go deep. This is where your identity is solidified, not in what you do, but in who you are to me. You are mine, you are loved, you are held, and I am so much closer than you think. So breathe, child, let go, and trust that I am already ahead of you, already working, already making a way. You don't need to have it all together. You just need to stay close. Stay close to me. Stay open to my voice. Stay anchored in my love. I will not fail you. I will not forget you. I will not walk away. This is my promise, and I always keep my word. My beloved child, there are moments when your soul sighs more loudly than your voice ever could. Moments when you smile on the outside but feel numb within. Moments when you walk into a room full of people and still feel invisible. I see those moments, I honor them. And I want to meet you there, not to correct you, not to push you harder, but to remind you you are not forgotten, and you are not alone. You're in a season of stretching, a season of unseen transformation, a season where I'm taking you beyond comfort and into complete dependence on me. I know it doesn't feel glorious. I know you expected more fruit by now, more progress, more clarity, more reward, but this is the part of the process where your foundation is being poured, and that kind of work happens underground. Before a mighty tree grows tall, its roots must grow deep. Before a house touches the sky, it must first go deep into the earth. I am building your life in such the way that it won't collapse when storms come. I'm strengthening you so that the blessing doesn't break you when it arrives. Because what I have for you, child, is not small. I've written a story over your life that includes redemption, legacy, and power. But I will not place a crown on an untested heart. I will not open wide doors until the muscles of your faith have been stretched to carry them. So yes, I'm keeping you in the quiet a little longer. Not to hurt you, but to fortify you. You see, others may rise quickly but quickly also fall. But what I'm building in you is meant to last, and lasting things take time. I am not concerned with fast. I am committed to faithful, and you have been more faithful than you know. Even when you questioned me, even when you nearly walked away, even when you barely held on. That flicker of faith, that whisper of God, I still believe, was enough, and I cherished it. You thought I needed loud praise and bold declarations. But sometimes, child, the most powerful act of worship is simply showing up in your weakness and saying, I don't understand, but I'm here. I don't feel strong, but I still believe. That kind of faith moves mountains. That kind of faith moves me. Because I don't measure your love by how loud you shout. I measure it by how faithfully you stay. And you've stayed. through disappointment, through unanswered prayers, through long nights of silence. You've stayed when others gave up. You've remained when everything inside you said, "This is pointless." You've held on to the hem of my robe when your heart was breaking, and I want you to know if it holding onto you even tighter. I am closer than the air in your lungs. I am beside you in every waiting room, every dark night, every lonely morning. I haven't just walked with you, I've walked within you. You've looked for signs, you've begged for confirmation. You've asked me, just show me you're here, God. But what if the fact that you're still breathing, still hoping, still listening to this very message is the sign? What if I've been speaking all along? Not through flashes of lightning, but through the quiet survival of your soul. That whisper that told you, don't give up. That breath that gave you enough strength to try again. That moment of peace that settled in for no reason at all. That was me. I don't always come with trumpets and miracles. Sometimes I come through the gentle reminder in your spirit. Sometimes I come through a friend's unexpected text. Sometimes I come through a sunset that breaks through clouds just as you were losing hope. Don't miss me in the ordinary, because I'm not just the God of mountaintops. I'm the God of Monday mornings, of unpaid bills, of silent tears, of messy prayers. I meet you in those places, and I never come empty-handed. I come with grace for your need, with strength for your weakness, with wisdom for your confusion. Don't come to observe your pain. I come to carry it, so let me. You've carried so much for so long, the pressure to figure it out, the weight of trying to please everyone, the fear of not measuring up. That's time to lay it down, not because it's not important, but because you are. Your soul was never designed to carry the burdens you've accepted as normal. Your heart was never meant to be a storage place for anxiety. Let me take it now. Give me your fear, and I'll give you my peace. Give me your plans, and I'll give you my perfect path. Give me your weariness, and I'll give you rest. You don't have to carry this life alone. I'm not just an option in your day. I'm your source. I'm your anchor. I'm your lifeline. And I will never let you go. Even when you drift, I pursue. Even when you resist, I wait. Even when you forget me, I remain, because I'm not here because you're perfect. I'm here because I love you, and my love is not fragile. It doesn't change based on your performance. It doesn't fluctuate with your feelings. It doesn't expire when you fall. It remains, always. So breathe deeply now, child. You are safe. You are seen. You are surrounded, and most of all, you are not walking alone. I am closer than you think. Closer than the fear you're fighting. Closer than the doubt you're wrestling. Closer than the breakthrough you're waiting for. And I'm not leaving. I am walking you into a new season, a new peace, a new power, a new awareness of my presence. Not because the world suddenly makes sense, but because you've finally seen what matters most, that I have always been near, and I always will be. My precious child, as this moment together comes to a close, I want you to pause, not with sorrow, but with stillness. Let the words I've spoken settle into the deep places of your heart like gentle rain softening dry soil. You may not remember every sentence, but let the spirit of this truth remain in you. I have never left you. I am not distant. I am closer than you think, closer than your questions, closer than your fears, closer than your deepest need. Even now, as the world spins on, as responsibilities call, as life resumes, know this: I'm not only found in quiet spaces like this one. I am with you in your next step, in the way you wash the dishes, in the way you respond with grace, in the way you dare to smile, even when your heart still aches. You don't have to return to life in the same way you came to this message. You are different now, not because your circumstances have changed, but because your perspective has. You've remembered something eternal, that you were held, that you were loved, that you were seen, and that my presence isn't found in dramatic signs. It's found in the breath between moments. It's found in the stillness. It's found in your trust. So walk now with confidence, not in yourself, but in me. Let your spirit rise, not because the journey is easy, but because you are anchored in the one who walks it with you. You don't need to understand every detail. You don't need to predict the outcome. You don't need to control what's ahead. You simply need to hold my hand. And I promise you, child, he will lead you well. I bless you now with the peace that surpasses understanding. I bless you with rest in your mind, healing in your body, clarity in your decisions. I bless your relationships, your home, your calling, and your dreams. I bless the day ahead of you and the night that follows. I bless the questions you still carry on, the quiet answers that are on their way. I bless the places in you that still feel broken, and I call them whole, because I am not finished with your story. I am not finished with your healing. I am not finished with the miracles I've planned for you. Keep your heart open, keep your hands lifted, keep your eyes on me, and above all, never forget this: I am closer than you think, and I am with you now, and I will never, ever leave you. May go in peace, but never without my presence. Amen.